Hey guys, it's Monty here. I'm sorry for kind of rushing that outro. I'm just, like I said, I've been trying to record in advance because of the chaos that's going to be going on for me. I'm sad that the medical researcher wasn't as exciting as I had hoped it was, but we are finally finding out how Yama and Misaki met and all that, and hopefully we'll get into the details of the tragic event that led to us blacking out an entire year of our life. So let's jump back in. The girl's face was twisted into something resembling anger. It looked strange on her face, like a guinea pig attempting to seem menacing. Insanely adorable. Got it. You don't even know what the festival's about, do you? Well, of course I didn't, but I wasn't about to admit that. Of course I do. Oh yeah? What's it about? Well, you make lanterns. Uh-huh, and? I fisted my hands at her condescending tone. You write wishes on them and stuff. Wrong. Am not. Yeah, you are. You don't write wishes. You write what you want to tell dead people. Ridiculous, I should have said. Why would I even want to talk to dead people? I love the music in this. It's very peaceful and relaxing. But I didn't mock it. I couldn't mock it. Dead people. Yep. I can write a message to Auntie on this lantern, and she'd see it. How do you know that? Haven't you heard the story? No, I hadn't. But my 8-year-old pride prevented me from saying that, of course. Thankfully, the girl took my silence as confusion. Well, once upon a time, there was a princess. Was she pretty? Yeah. Good at singing? Yeah. Boring. It is not boring. The indignant anger on her face made me snicker, the first time I'd smiled all day. Yeah? Well, what happens? Does she get into trouble and a charming prince has to save her? Just listen. Look, she's actually a big meanie. A mean princess. That wasn't a fairy tale staple. Oh? Yep, but her bodyguard was in love with her and turned her good again. I felt disappointed. The story had a promising start. Bleh, what did she do? Cast a spell? Give a true love's kiss? Did he do? Not she, whatever. He died. What? Oh. Don't look so happy. That time, I broke into a tiny laugh. But it made her good again, right? Well, yeah, she didn't trust anyone before. Thought they were all fake and stuff. It seemed that she was glaring at me at that point of the story, but before I could open my mouth, she was already continuing. Anyway, the bodyguard sacrificed himself to save her life, so the heavens were super duper impressed and put him in the stars. Aren't stars really, really hot? That sounds like a bad thing. Childish indignation flickered across her face. They made him into a constellation, you poop. Blech. Blech times infinity. Blech times infinity plus... Anyway, the princess realized how beautiful love really is. Because he died, she saw how much he loved her, so she decided to be a better person and trust people again. This had nothing to do with writing messages to the dead on the lanterns. I was rapidly losing interest. Let me guess, she lived happily ever after? Well, no. The bodyguard died, remember? I like this bodyguard. She glared at me, but somehow it felt less severe than before. She wrote her promise on a lantern and sent it up to the sky so he could see, because he was a constellation, remember? Why did you throw the Fitbit on the floor? Now I realized that I could have said a lot of things. That's stupid. He's dead. What could he do about it? But that wasn't on my mind at the time. Everyone turns into a bunch of stars when they die? I think. You think or you know? If they did something to super duper impress the heavens, I guess. I smiled at that. My eyes scoured the street and landed on a simple booth, a handful of other kids were gathered around a short, portable table, scrawling on lanterns with calligraphy pens clamped in fisted hands. "Let's go." "But I already made a lantern." "Write to another dead person, then." With this overwhelming display of tact and political correctness, I raced towards the table, snatched a lantern from a smiling adult, and plopped down with my pen at the ready. "Who are you writing to?" "None of your beeswax." I began to scrawl characters on my lantern. The girl hovered over my shoulder, squinting judiciously at my jagged brush strokes. "Why is your handwriting so messy?" "It's not messy." I can't even read it." I whipped around, narrowing my eyes accusingly at her own lantern. "Well, yours—" I searched for a fault, but not only was her lantern graced with perfect calligraphy, it also proudly bore a few elegant cherry blossoms. "Well, yours looks girly." She raised a single eyebrow. It was a remarkably sophisticated expression for a 9-year-old girl to make. "I am a girl." And there was nothing much to say to that. "Yama, where have you been?" It was as if Rui had materialized out of thin air. I hadn't even noticed the rapid pitter-patter of her footsteps. "Sorry, Rui." "Jeez, could have told me. You were in the bathroom." Certainly displeased, Rui turned her back on me, but smiled at the other girl. "Thanks for taking care of him." Surprisingly, the girl smiled back. Easy as you to please. Well, weren't they getting along just fine? Why did they have to give me such a hard time? Maybe it was a girl thing. Yeah, it is. "I'm Rui." "I'm Misaki. You gonna make a lantern?" "Yep. How'd you make those flowers? They're really pretty." "I can show you." And just like that, the two of them were friends. It took a little longer to warm me up, but whatever the two of them set their minds to, they accomplished. They had always been that way, so fiery and capable, so lovely. Two playful angels who, for some reason unfathomable to mankind, saw fit to hang around a bucket of depressing sludge like me. Why do you think that about yourself? Miss Ryuta's voice seems to come from far in the distance, faint but recognizable. I respond distractedly. You know me. I'm not useful, or popular, or particularly intelligent. Silence follows the statement, so I only continue. Our families were close. Misaki's father would always throw these get-togethers at their house over the weekends or during special occasions. I remember him being really overwhelming at first. He was a lot like Misaki, only bigger and louder. I rarely saw Misaki's mother. The times I did see her, she was pretty distant. Besides that, I really don't remember much about her. At first we were inseparable, Misaki and us, but then her father had lost his job, and we started seeing less of her. And eventually they just left, no warning whatsoever. Even our parents tried to get in contact. No luck. It had been as if the Kazahayas had disappeared off the face of the planet. That must have been really hard. Rui says it had been. Honestly, I don't remember much of what followed at all. It passed in a blaze. In a haze. Essentially, I felt abandoned. I had this idea that everyone close to me would leave me. I don't think I could even cry. I only felt empty inside. But Rui says that it really was a terrible time. She said I didn't eat, didn't sleep, didn't even play any games with her. She says that I looked like a ghost. Heck, practically became one. And I don't remember it, but she says that one day... Whoop! Yama, what's wrong? Nope, sorry, that's it. Sob story over. Are you sure? You do realize that the entire point of therapy is to share your sob stories. It's not a burden, Yama. I'm glad to hear you. I feel tired. I think I'll have to stop there. It's mainly an excuse, and a very effective one for therapists. Mr. Ryuta immediately nods in understanding. Thank you for confiding in me. Just know that what you felt was completely valid. I'm sorry that you had that trauma. It's fine. I got over it. I'd like to go now, if that's okay. If you're sure. Is there anything I can do for you? I'm okay. Sure you don't want a lollipop? Yeah, I'm pretty sure, but thanks. Have a good day, Yama. But at least take this prescription. Prescription? Seriously? Then I actually look at it. 1 bucket of ice cream, to be eaten guilt-free. Oh, as far as the administration knows, this is totally legitimate treatment. Ice cream is one of the core groups in the food pyramid, you know. He actually pulls a genuine laugh out of me. Thanks, Mr. Ryuta, and thanks for listening. Anytime. I exit Mr. Ryuta's office in a considerably better mood than when I entered it. I actually don't feel tired. I feel rejuvenated. Seems like those memories have been weighing on me for a long time. Maybe therapy really will be beneficial. Deciding to take his prescription to heart, I head straight to the downtown shopping area. With my mind cleared, I get to pay a little more attention to the weather. Beautiful cloudless skies, the slightest hint of a cool breeze. You! A girl careens from around the corner and nearly crashes right into me. Her glasses flash dangerously as she tips her newsboy cap over her forehead, studying me with an intensity that could rival an electronic microscope. Me? That's all I can manage to say at the eccentric sight. Yes, you. An idyllic, unlettered civilian. Perfect. A hint of satisfied smile tugs at her lips. For what must be the 100th time today, I feel a keen sense of impending doom. Respond to my questions with either yes or no. Do not deviate, do not invent, and for the sake of both of our sanities, do not dawdle. First, am I correct in assuming that you're an academy student? You must have the wrong person. I've never seen you before. How can you judge the purpose behind this encounter without knowing the criteria I have set in my approach? I am not mistaken. You are my target. It doesn't take a genius to sense that this girl means trouble. I decided to conveniently ignore her and step around her. She only steps with me, blocking my path again. Oh, great. I can sense where this is going. As I envisaged, subject demonstrates a remarkable inability to utilize basic cognitive functions. Talk about uncalled for. Abusive words, overly complicated language. She clearly has a few screws loose. Maybe I should call the hospital, see if they have a runaway mental patient. But she's not wearing hospital clothes. Look, kid, I don't know what your problem is, but... Kid. The pleasantly cool air suddenly develops a rather harsh chill. She must be in one of those phases, just another 14-year-old expecting to be treated with the dignity of a grandmother. Albeit a 14-year-old who apparently memorized the dictionary. Well, whatever you are, generally speaking, it's pretty rude to just run up to some random stranger, and insult them. Truly, your idiocy has risen to a level beyond which I had previously surmised. She immediately digs into her pockets and flashes something in front of my face. Shigure Enomoto, freelance detective. Legally certified to inspect crime scenes, obtain private files, and, if necessary, interrogate unduly inquisitive citizens with the observational finesse of a blind bat. And with that, I am out of time. We're going to have to end it here. We'll pick up where we left off. I'm interested in seeing what Shigure has to say. I also want to know more about those memories that we didn't dig far enough into, in my opinion. But on that note, I'm logging off. I'll see you guys later, and remember to do something nice for a stranger today. You may just save a life. Bye!